Welcome back to Miss Teacher Tube with Janice Leong. On today's episode, we're going to be looking again at tens and ones, but we're going to look at adding. And first I'm going to do a demonstration of adding using base 10 material. So when I'm talking about base 10 material, I'm talking about these 10 rods and these little units for ones. Then I'm going to look at drawing. So drawing a representation of base 10 material. So drawing lines for tens and dots for ones. And then last, we're going to look at numeric representation of numbers. We're going to look at lining up our place values. Tens with tens and ones with ones, and starting adding with the ones column and then the tens. So those are the three different ways we're going to look at it, adding tens and ones today. Of course, today we're looking at not regrouping. In the next lesson, we'll be doing regrouping, but this is going to be our starting place for today. Welcome back. Another thing I would do with students is practice building a number with the base 10 and then writing the number beside it before we even get into the adding portion. So for example, I would have them count with me 10, 20, 30, 40, 2, 4, 6, 7. That's 47. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 2. This is 52. Then we're going to practice putting our ones together first, getting a total, and then our tens. So our ones together, I like putting them in groups of 2 so students can use their skip counting skills to get through the addition faster. So for example, 2, 4, 6, 8. One more is 9 ones. Then we'll put our tens together. Slide those over. Okay, and let's put our skip counting by 10 together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So this is a total of 90, but there are 9. So 9 tens, 9 ones, the total is 99 altogether. Welcome back. The next thing I would do is have students take the numeric representation and convert it into a drawing. So they're going to be drawing lines for tens, dots for ones to get through the math. Again, this skill is really going to come in handy when it's time to do regrouping, so they understand regrouping. So we're practicing this skill now so it can be of use later. So again, 46 has 4 tens, 6 ones. 33 has 3 tens, 3 ones. We're going to put our ones together first. So 2, 4, 6, 8. One more is 9. Put our tens together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 70. 7 tens. Our total number is 79. And that's what that looks like. Now, most of the time, students are going to see problems like this. So it's their job eventually to line up their place values when they're doing a numerical representation. Here, we're going to be drawing out the base 10 material. So at this point, it's very, very critical for them to be able to understand which digit is the tens and which digit is the ones. So looking at 24, 24 has 2 tens and 4 ones, plus 62 has 6 tens and 2 ones. Now we're going to add them together, ones first. So 2, 4, 6 ones, and 6, 7, 8 tens, which is 80. Total number is 86. Okay, boys and girls, on the next slides, you're going to see a bunch of math problems. I'm going to post some problems too. I want you to draw them out and solve the math problems. And then on the very next slide, you're going to see the answers to them. So as soon as you see the problems come up on the next slide, I want you to pause the video, do your work, and then unpause it to check your answers. And when you see the next problems come up, do the same thing. Pause it, practice, and then check on the next slide. Have fun. Welcome back. So now we're just going to look at doing the numerical representation only. So now we're not drawing, now we're just all symbolic. We're just doing the numbers. So here we're going to start with the ones and then the tens. Ones first and then the tens. So starting off here, we're going to go to our ones first. 6 plus 3 is 9. 4 plus 2 is 6. 5 plus 2 is 7. 3 plus 2 is 5. Now, if students are having difficulty adding the single digit numbers, the strategy that we've been practicing in class is to start with the largest number and count up. So here, 7 plus 2, we'd start with the 7, count 2 on. So 7, 8, 9. Here we start with the 4, count the 1 on. So 5, 5, count the 2 on. 7. And I would practice that skill over and over again. Now I'm just noticing that I forgot my addition signs in here. So I'm going to add them. So I'm going to add those in for you. Now, if you're working on a grid at home, you can put your addition signs inside the grid or outside the grid. It doesn't really matter. The one big thing that does matter is students understand they're adding and they're starting with their ones and moving to their tens. I'll see you soon. Well, again, students, now it's your turn. You're going to see 4 questions on the next slide. Please pause the video, work to answer the problems. Remember, start with the ones first and then add the tens. Work through it, go on to the next slide, and you can double check your work with the answers and then just follow that same procedure for the slide after that. Have fun. Well, we've come to the end of today's episode of Miss Teacher 2. We've learned a great deal about adding tens and ones. Don't forget to start with the ones first and then add the tens. Otherwise, it's going to mess you up. So be very careful when you practice this skill. We'll see you next time.